Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Xgimi Horizon 20 Max and Valerion Vision Master Pro 2. I know this is an exciting topic, but I want to make this video different than many others in probably YouTube and any other place, I guess, with the forums, because I want to talk sincerely which type of products are these, and I'm not going to just talk technical, because technical terms sometimes does not cover whole story. And these are devices used on hobby purposes. Like, these are not built tools like drillers or laptops. These are devices that used as a hobby, like driving a car. I think that being a projector head, like a projector enthusiast and home cinema enthusiast, is like being a car enthusiast. Quite similar. So you don't drive your car just because it delivers certain amount of spec like a Tesla. You drive it because you feel like a petrol, like a manual drive or a cabriolet. You enjoy driving, going from one corner to another. It doesn't actually mean you have to be always faster than anybody else. You have to be feeling the thing. So that's in this video what I'm going to talk about. So if that doesn't suit you, if you're looking for just a technical nerd info, this might not be the video for you, and you can get out now while you can. So with the jokes aside, I want to keep this video quick as possible, so I took some notes. The Xgimi Horizon 20 Max is sitting in the house and I'm using as a daily for a couple of months, and Valerion Vision Master Pro is one of my dailies for a couple of months again. For a long time, for a reviewer like me, I'm changing a lot of devices along the way I go. So first thing is first, everybody wants to compare these two because these two are looking one another similar, and they're actually not. They're not apple to apples. So Valerion Vision Master Pro 2 has a 0.9 throw ratio, 0.9 to 1 throw ratio, and if you zoom in, 1.5 to 1. The Xgimi Horizon 20 Max has 1.2 to 1 throw ratio minimum, and the maximum 1.5. In the full zoom in, or the smallest throw ratio that they can deliver, they are both the same. But in the wide angle, the Valerion has a different throwing ratio, and it's a different device, and that's about it. If you talk technical, that's gone. If you have a small room, this is the one to go. But the story is not that simple. So that's why in this video I'm going to talk in different things that matters for daily use. For remote controls, let me just begin. Remote controls are quite similar. Xgimi has a metal at the back. On the front, the Valerion remote control is a little bit having more metal centerpiece, and also this piece is a little larger, I guess. So Valerion remote control meets the demands of the Valerion user because it's square boxy design. Xgimi remote control really looks and tastes just like the Xgimi design. So I'm giving a kind of like a probably neutral. They are both pretty good remote controls. The only thing for both of them, I think they are missing the fully lit remote controls. So they have like centerpiece main important buttons lit up, but the rest is not. So if I would wish fully lit up remote control in dark space, there are cheaper projectors that can deliver this, and older projectors, but why not these ones? Maybe they will listen and they will improve. So one has built-in gimbal, the other one does not. So if you're looking to, put your projector on a table or at, a roof shelf to give it a lot of angle, the Xgimi is by default way to go. Valerion has an option to add on a metal, again, this sort of like a premium built gimbal that you can buy, or a tripod that you can buy. Still, it's a dedicated additional thing and additional cost. So if you're looking for a gimbal, you can solve it with Valerion, but it'll be additional. With the Xgimi, it comes with the default. But another positive here could be a negative here. When it comes down to the adapters, something different. This is the Valerion's adapter, and it's quite like a gun charger. And this is the Xgimi Horizon 20 Max adapter. And when you take a look at my head and these two, difference, right? This is quite big and heavy and bulky. This is small and easy to use, like a gun charger, 180 watt. But this is Let me just double check. This should be around 300 watts. Because this is a brighter projector in total max brightness, it needs more power, that's obvious. But one other advantage on this could be another advantage. Let me just tell you why. This has a fixed cable, you can't extend it, but with the Xgimi using a regular PC style 3-pin power cable input here, you can extend the projector power input however you like. So you can buy a 10-meter cable. Who knows if you have to cable through a wall or, extend it outside of the house or anything for that matter. This could be easier than a Valerion placement. Again, if you're going to carry, this is, bigger. But in total weight, that doesn't change anything because if you include the adapter, it's about 7 kilos. If you include the adapter and everything, Valerion could be again a little bit heavier, but around the 7 kilo range. So in total power, total weight, it doesn't change too much of a thing, does it? So it depends on your need. So that's why I'm talking about. So Valerion has direct power input. The Xgimi has under the gimbal power input. So you can't take the gimbal out. This is coming with the Xgimi, but the rotation of the Xgimi is much easier. You can't rotate the Valerion. It stands like a rock, so you have to rotate it. The two pieces to 2-finger height of a feet, it's giving this height. As you can see, when you have the gimbal, you have every bit of moves, you gotta dance. So other than that, what's the matter of these two? Xgimi has 1 millisecond latency. Valerion has 4 millisecond latency. Both of them has 240 hertz. So if you ask me, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Let me just change the way I sit because my knees hurts a little bit. It's, by the way, at 2 o'clock late at night. Just for the effort, thumbs up and subscribe, guys. Support the channel. And please do comment which one would you pick and why after watching this video until the end. So other than that, like I said, Xgimi has the weight maybe and the 1 millisecond. So it is a better gamer device than the Valerion, but wait for my, speech. Don't hurry. But it doesn't really matter because I count 15 milliseconds a proper gamer projector, and 8 milliseconds is a great gaming projector because you don't play FPS games on a huge scale, because when you do competitive gaming you need to have a small screen, your eyes to scan the screen and act. If you're going to reflex gaming without looking anything, okay, the screen size doesn't matter. But if you're going to game in a competitive way, online way, even if you do have the 1 milliseconds, like the Xgimi, you should be going small, okay? So if you ask me, 1 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, if you're a tech nerd, this is the way to go. I don't argue on that, but it's not actually a matter, but a reference point that I can do better. It's like a 0 to 60 levels of each car. And I'm going to talk about the car reference points that I give it to it. Other than that, the Valerion has 3 HDMIs, Xgimi has 2. Well, it's far more than enough for daily use because they both have built-in Androids and you're going to rely on them 90%. Other than that, the physical button of the microphone mute to Valerion, it's something interesting. Xgimi doesn't have that. Privacy issues, if you would like to have such a stuff, Valerion has a premium touch there. Other than that, color calibration and the black levels. You're going to ask this, and I know I need the answer, but it's not an easy answer to give up. Valerion has better tune out of the box, and it has the full brightness in entire range that for 3000 ISO lumens. Xgimi has 5700 ISO lumens, and in my measurement it reached and kind of like outperformed a little bit. You can watch my full review on this. And they do have both Android systems, but Valerion has some sort of like a TCL TV style sub menu, and it's a quick menu. You can reach out many of the styles and the stuff that you can change just like a TV with the Valerion. Xgimi is like a default Android theme and add on to Xgimi's theme on it, like you can adjust. But for changing different stuff, you need to go inside of another submenu with the Xgimi. But with the Valerion, you are going with the quick menu, get the job done, or going to the first menu and easily find a lot of the settings, what you want to change, easier with the Valerion. So in terms of ease of use of the menu, I'm not talking about the extreme difference. It's a 1 or 2 second difference going inside of another submenu of Xgimi. So Valerion gets another thumbs up there. Xgimi has a little bit way to go on the calibration side, and also, in my opinion, enhanced black is still a little bit of way to tune up with the Xgimi, but I'm expecting firmware updates. They are working on it, and updates are coming for both of the devices. But from out of the box, Valerion has better color tune, and if you go above 3500 ANS lumen, like 4000 and above, which this device can do, and that means a lot, you are losing a little bit of the color accuracy when it comes down to the level of highest of the highest, because these things are built to compete with the, and maybe not totally compete with GBCs and Epson big devices. And so in order for you to do it, you need to be accurate all over the place of your brightness levels. But again, if you use a high-end Epson like a LS maybe 11,000 or 12,000, they are calibrated 3 LCD devices, but still, if you push the brightness, they could go outside of their fully, calibrated color line, color gamut, or color grade. So it's not a technical big issue. I would pick each one of them with each scenarios, and some people are obsessed with the color tunability and colors out of the box, and I agree, you could be obsessed with the picture quality. If you are too obsessed, I guess I can tell the Valerion drives a little bit more on the color that way. And if you push the brightness, you could be losing a little bit of that perfection level with the Xgimi. But that's another plus on the Xgimi side, because I'm going to talk about it, just wait. I'm trying to get my mind on it. I'm talking on the flow because I've used these devices, and it's a sentimental connection that I really love both of them with a different ways, like a different cars. I'm going to refer to that in a minute. So Valerion Enhanced Black is better tuned now, and if you do it Enhanced Black, I think it's delivering deeper blacks, and Xgimi has a little bit of way to go on the tuning side of things. But again, that's the stuff that I'm going to tell you. It depends on how the price that you get for these devices, because you can add an ALR screen to Xgimi Horizon 20 Max and you can catch deeper blacks if you're going to keep the Valerion with a white screen. So hold on there. You might be telling that with the triple laser devices, is it going to be creating a laser speckle effect? Well, this laser speckle effect is an issue for some people, but not for me. I've told it in the early videos, but I tested with both of them with every possible projector screen. So I will give you my reference points. If you're going to use an LR, you're going to use it in a lit environment, and in this case, the Fresnel is the best way of screens for less laser speckle. The second screen type is a lenticular USD ultra short throw projector screen style, which I've showed side by side Fresnel versus lenticular screen comparison guide video. So you can go back and check my guides. So after that, long throw LRs exist, but long throw LR screens have something like a, I don't want to call it golf ball style texture, but they have like a letter style texture, just like on the Xgimi's case. But that texture really creates and enhances the laser speckle effect. For me, it's seeable, but I don't care. I can enjoy while the objects are moving. But if you're sensitive, stay away from both of these projectors, long throw LRs, okay? try to go find yourself a lenticular UST ultra short throw projector screen and keep the projector the height of that I showed in early of my guides. You can watch that guide video, how high you can go with the ultra short throw lenticular projector screen if you want to use it with the long throws like this. And the Fresnel, again, you need to keep certain amount of angle because Fresnel and ultra short throw lenticular projector screens tends to be, created for ultra short throws. So if you project like the 45-degree angle with an ultra short throw style, you are much better. So if you're planning to put the projectors on the ground, no problem. But if you're going to go for the height leveling, you should watch my guide video to understand the topic. I can't teach you in this video, but I showed it and explained it in real time. You will get the idea. Don't worry, links will be in the end. So other than that, I think I've covered nearly every topic. And so I told you, even though that you have a little bit better, when I say little bit better, a little edgy and perfectionist calibration to the Valerion, I'm not going to give negative on the Xgimi side too. So because they have potential to upgrade firmwares, they have faster SoC inside. I guess this one has 1.5 gigahertz, this is 1.4 gigahertz, so they're kind of like exact match, but still, this is a little bit faster. So the latest AOC, little bit faster gaming, brighter, gimbal. So Xgimi delivers a lot of stuff. In the end, I know you guys want me to say something that one beats the other. It's very difficult and emotional, but I can tell you with a car example. I can tell you with a lot of car examples. I think if we're looking for cars, the Valerion represents like a Mercedes S-Class, okay, fully built in, built like a tank, everything premium. Xgimi, on the other hand, still builds pretty good, but it feels like Audi A6, gets the job done, comfortable enough, maybe powerful enough for the same amount of cash with a powerful engine, which in the Projector's case, brighter projector, but a little bit of less of some of the build qualities. That's why the Valerion is 7.2 or 4 kilos. You could look in the screen. The Xgimi is lighter even with a gimbal. So I'm not saying, let me just get up a little bit. Yeah, it's a tired day. I'm going to 3 o'clock late at night, okay, after a very busy review day. And I am a manager in daytime. So in terms of build quality, you don't regret any of the Xgimi's qualities, but this feels like a Bentley Continental GT or Rolls-Royce. This feels like a Ferrari, goes faster, similar price, but brighter, right? Do you want to go faster with a little less of a, somewhat of a build quality? Or do you want to go slower with a more build quality? It depends on your taste. I'm not saying, by the way, the build quality is less one over the other. The Xgimi is silent, Valerion is silent compared to what they can deliver and for the brightness levels. But Xgimi, if I remember correctly, you can go back and check my videos, could be more silent on that area when it comes down to the brightness and silence altogether. So both of them are built pretty good, but it depends on your taste. This is a metal device. So if you ask me which one I pick for the suitability of my home furniture, it should be Valerion because it's metal, and you know my home furniture, if you watch the channel, it has chrome and gray colors. The Xgimi, I would prefer to deliver other color options as well in the future, maybe perfectly white, matte white, or maybe fully black or gray material like this. It could be an option. This is a style choice. I think it's like a Marshall speaker, and on the front, Harman Kardon. Again, this is a style choice that they made. So in the end, I'm not going to give you a definitive answer, pick one over the other, because it's a sentimental, and a feeling of a choice. It's not of an, but also you have to consider your needs. So if you're going to use it with ALR in a lit room setup, you might think about much more brighter projector. But again, if you're looking for a smaller room setup with a bigger picture, Vision Master Pro 2 could be the one to go. So this is again a sentimental video for me because I've used these devices for a long time and I have connected with them and I know their issues from inside out, and even in this condition I can't tell you one over the other. So this video might not sound like I've told you an info that you wanted to find out in the end of the video, but like my old guide videos, I think you need to understand and then make your own decisions, because in the end of this video, I want you to write in the comments which one would you prefer, one over the other, not just depending on the specs, some of the things that I've told you in this video, and also if you've seen them side by side or used any of them, why did you pick one over the other? You can tell your reasonings, but please don't be a brand fanboy. I'm talking between in the middle right now. I would pick any of these two and I would be very happy. Depending on my situation, it doesn't matter. Maybe for me, but it could be a matter for you. If I would use, again, like I will repeat, if I would use an ALR setup, I would go for a brighter projector. If I wanted to go for darker room setup, I could go maybe for a Valerion. I don't exactly know. If the gimbal really is your need for your placement to rotate it easily, place it on a table and good to go, this Xgimi series could be for you. But if you can afford, that's another thing, a metal gimbal, you might want to have the metal look of the Valerion, metal build quality, heavier, tougher build. This could be it for you. So it all depends on your budget, on your taste. In the end, as a car guy, I want to remind you one more time. As a car enthusiast, a petrol head, I don't drive my cars based on the spec they have. The most fun that I have is with the MX-5. It's Mazda Miata MX-5 ND4. It's not because it's the fastest car, but it's a manual car. It's a cabriolet. It's good handling, and it's giving me hell of a lot of fun. Compared to 600 HP, lot faster, 0 to 60, maybe 100 kilometers to 200 kilometers faster cars does not give me the same amount of experience. So it's not just the specs on the paper, it's the feeling that devices that could give it to you. Similar to a petrol head, a projector head. Maybe we could create another topic one-to-one, like a conversational video in the future, a projector head, what it means. But in terms of projector head or projector home cinema lover, I think we should be looking of some of the other aspects, not just specs of the device. Let me know what you think under the comment section below. If you find this conversational videos kind of like enjoyable, and if you want to see more of these videos, please let a comment tell me that, and give me a boost up, because I'm creating contents and subscription helps, hyping the videos helps, and liking and commenting really means a lot to grow the channel. I know the most of the people are watching for the first time my videos, so if you're watching for the first time, go back and check the channel. You would find a lot of probably useful guides and tutorials and real-time examples where things really shines, what specs that you use in real-time home cinema when it comes down to the projectors and TVs. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review, and hoşça kalın from Turkey, Istanbul. And I gotta sleep. It's becoming a 3:00 late at night. I gotta go, guys. You should always watch the full reviews of these two because they both have the, playlist and huge amount of detailed videos about them. Bye.